Well, hello, you guys. Welcome back. You know that we are coming up on Earth Day, and Earth Day, in my estimation, means more than it ever has before in 40 years of celebrating this important holiday. It's coming up on the 22nd of April. This morning, we are joined by Anne Dorsey. We are going to talk about milk and honey wellness. We're going to talk about greens. We're going to talk about many ways in which you can observe and be thankful for Earth Day. Good morning. How are you? Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. Happy pre-Earth Day.
Yes, I love Earth Day. I love connecting how our food choices can affect, the health of the planet. So I'm excited to chat.
So first and foremost, we're going to talk about where you get your foods and proximity. And something that, again, I think is a lot of what we're talking about is more and more in our conversations, in our culture, in our knowledge, buy local.
Absolutely. So really thinking about where your food comes from and, the proximity of where, is it being shipped all the way across the country? So what kind of ecological and carbon footprint are we making? And really supporting our local farmers. We have awesome farmers here in Summit County and in the Valley. So it's really, how can you support your local farmer either by going to the farmers market weekly? We have Summit County Farmers Market, you have Park Silly Market, and also thinking outside the box a little bit to maybe a CSA share, which is a community supported agriculture. So basically you're supporting your farmer in the upfront costs each year, buying their seeds, replacing equipment, and in exchange they give you a share of their produce every week. Cool thing is you get some really unusual vegetables and different things that you wouldn't necessarily maybe pick up in your grocery store round. And it's such an awesome way to connect with the farmer and see who's growing your food. And so I think those, keeping it local and buying it fresh and seasonal is really important in your food choices, not only to your nutrition, but the economy and everybody around us, our community. So
well said. And just that togetherness of I'm helping you out on the front end, and then I get this lovely payback that comes over and over again.
Yep. And you get to say hi to them every week, and they share their, pitfalls and their successes, and you really buy in and create community. So it's really cool. A
nice double benefit there.
Yeah.
Should we talk about some of these green vegetables that you've brought along and arrayed before us?
Yeah, let's do it. So keeping it green, one of the other things that I think is important, there's a lot of ways to keep it green, and really quick, tips and tricks to keep it green in your kitchen, so that, that's a different way that we can support Earth Day. How are you cleaning your kitchen? What kind of chemicals are you using, or plant-based products are what I recommend to my clients. And even just white vinegar, baking soda, lemon, one of the most powerful, clean, sanitizers for your kitchen. And then also keeping it green by what we're eating, right? So greens are really significant because they are your internal rainforest. So they're keeping your immune system boosted, and they're keeping you healthy. They're purifying everything. Spring is a time of renewal. So we've got purple kale, we've got rainbow chard, we have watercress, and collard greens. All of these, and pea shoots. Really high in protein. The purple comes from a really cool antioxidant. Everybody, that nice buzzword there.
It's a word we all know now. We don't really know what it means or why, but it's important.
But it's powerful.
Absolutely.
And all the different colors, like the rainbow chard, check that out. We've got yellow, red,
amazing. It really
so awesome. And all these different colors, like if all you did was think about eat the colors of the rainbow and greens with every meal, you'd be set. Greens are one of the most missing food groups in the modern diet. So if you can add them to every meal, if you're not gonna eat them, drink them. But collard greens, we were talking earlier about, I really like to just lightly steam my collard greens and then roll them up and make a wrap. So either I'll put turkey in there, or I'll put black beans and make it more of a burrito. But super easy, really nutrient dense, very cleansing. And this purple kale it's this purple color from anthocyanin, and that's one of the most powerful antioxidants along with blueberries. So it's really just a great way, keeping it green in your kitchen. And another way that I like to keep it really green is by doing a seasonal cleanse. So springtime's a really great way to just reboot your body.
Absolutely.
And when I do that, I call it my Revivify Reboot, because Revivify means to bring to new life, give birth to. So it's really like thinking, we take our cars in for a tune-up and we get our oil changed, but most people take better care of their cars than they do their body. So it's really thinking about how can we add greens to our diet, and this reboot is just a reset button. 14 days of looking at how the foods that you're eating are really affecting your everyday life and your overall health. So I did, PC viewers, if you want to join me in this reboot, you can use a promo code PCTV.
Okay.
Yeah, 20% off. I'd love for you to join me. We can do it anywhere. It's all online. But that's another really cool way to just feel more energy, feel alive, kind of clean everything out. And we're not just juice cleansing. We're eating really great, delicious foods.
And that is a distinction, and a lot of people have differing feelings, opinions, reactions to, as you say, a length of time fasting and going without food. But in a lot of cases, people aren't necessarily educated on that. And I think one of the big things about just saying, here's an anniversary, it's Earth Day, and as you had on your list of talking points, unplugging, and putting all of these things together, where to just use the term unplug and say, let's relax, let's meditate, all of those kinds of things are not separate and distinct from these green vegetables. It all goes together, and that is lifestyle.
Yes, which is exactly what I focus on, nutrition and lifestyle, because it's really like, why did I walk by that fruit bowl and go for the cookies or the chips, instead of...
I didn't do that. Why would you say that I did that?
I know, I did that. I watched my favorite Netflix series, and I didn't get up. Yeah, I stayed up late, and I didn't go meditate in the morning. But it's finding that accountability partner or coach or whoever that's going to be.
That's very well said, and I think that service that you provide is something that can be the essential ingredient for a lot of us. As we were discussing before we came on air, we know a lot of these things.
Right.
But there isn't that next step to implementation.
And there's so much information out there. There's so many diets, there's so many things we should be eating, we shouldn't be eating, and everybody's so different, right? And we're different every single day. So it's learning how to kind of tune in and be more mindful of where our food comes from. How does our food make us feel, right? Like if we're working out really hard, or if, maybe we have so many different phases of life. So it's really kind of looking at how can we find the best support for each phase of life. If we're on vacation, everybody has vacation. There's always holidays, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how do we keep a mindset and lifestyle choices that are sustainable, so that there isn't this like, I fell off the wagon and now I got to get back on.
Back, up, down.
What if there's no wagon to fall off of? What if it's just our life and we just...
And those images are important. It's important to keep those kind of things in mind. Where should folks go to find out more about Milk and Honey and about your reboot?
Thank you. I have a website, www.milkandhoneywellness.com. You can find all the information about my reboot. It's a 14-day whole body reboot, so looking at food and lifestyle. And of course, again, if you're a PCTV viewer, just enter the promo code PCTV and you'll receive 20% off. And I'd love for you to join me, because the more the merrier, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so nice to meet you.
Thank
you for bringing in this beautiful array, and I will hereby pledge to do better.
Awesome. Good job. Me too.
All right, you guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more show after this. Please stay tuned.